Welcome to the trainer closet where trainer secrets are revealed and tested. Individual results may vary depending upon the microbiome and the genome and whatever else you do. Now here is Mike. My name is Orest. He has his cup. Chelsea is back. Ready to go.
All right, let's do it. Where are we starting? Pilates.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Current events for the week. I took Orest to my weekly Pilates class.
Indeed.
I'm a huge believer in Pilates, especially for somebody like me who my spinal alignment isn't ideal. Long story short, I have too much kyphosis, too much lordosis, and if I don't maintain structural integrity of my core, I start to have joint problems all over my body. And I found that the easiest way for me to maintain core stability is a weekly Pilates reformer class. So I took Orest to my Pilates reformer class this week. To be honest with you, I think it's one of the best things for core strength, hip mobility, and control of your body, because a lot of the movements are all about control, isometric, moving through fluid motion. Orest, what do you got?
Well, first off, I enjoyed it. It's not like an unenjoyable thing. I used to be a ballet dancer, so a lot of that stuff... Shocker. But a lot of that stuff is very familiar to me. It's like I like these movements. Now, having said that, ballet also probably fucked up my hips. And I definitely could tell that this morning when I did it, that my hips were not too happy about the certain positionings that the reformer put me in. Now, the big part that I also have, because everybody who actually ever takes Pilates tells me about, how great it is in order for the core activation. And there's a certain part that is true, because a lot of the movements are complicated and are kind of the midsection. You have like the lower end of your limbs are moving and the upper ends of the limbs are moving, so your arms and your legs are moving. And, of course, what connects them is the core. So, like, yes, there's a lot of full body type workouts there. So that's the great part. The other part that I do not like about it is a lot of times I think the reason why you feel it so much in there is like because you're using your abs continuously. And now I have a question for you. Have you ever been sore in your abs without working out?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
Especially from like coughing fits.
Go on. Anything else?
So, sore in my abs from skiing.
I like the coughing fits better. So my point about this is it's not a sports specific or a sports activity, but this basically shows you what your abdominals are made for in a normal day life activity. It's coughing, laughing, and puking. Those are basically a very fast contraction that, tries to expel something out of your, whatever it's stuck in. Like if it's in the lung, it's a cough. I guess if you puke from the stomach, and if you laugh, it's just hopefully something happy. But the point about that I'm making is that it's a mainly fast twitch fiber exercise versus
what we powerful movements, powerful, fast, explosive movements.
And what we did this morning was like a lot of endurance, and that's the reason why eventually you will feel your abdominals, and that's kind of why you're squeaking like a little girl there in the end, because you're like, oh.
I think I was grunting like a grown man.
All right, let's call it that. So that's kind of the only thing that I would say about the, and another part that about especially the reformer is like what type of resistance do we have here?
Springs.
The springs have one little thing, they become heavier the further away you're pulling. Am I in your face? Sorry. Anyway, so that is good for kind of keeping the resistance to a type that you can manage very easily. So like the injury risk is very low in this specific
It's almost
area.
self-regulated, because you're not going to be able to push past the limit of the spring. And there is a relationship between your muscles and the spring that I really like, that I didn't notice in the beginning when I first started Pilates, but now that I'm comfortable on the reformer, I try to make sure that the springs aren't controlling me, I'm controlling the springs, and then you can kind of get into your contraction of the muscles you're trying to work and feel the spring really working with your muscle, and you're laying on your back so you can stabilize more easily than when you're fighting gravity standing on your feet. And I just gotta say, everyone's always thought Pilates was more of a feminine class or for the elderly population, but I'm a super in shape 32-year-old guy, and I think Pilates is a phenomenal workout, and so I think
I would have to say I love every activity, and every specific activity has their specific pluses and minuses.
Yes,
everything else does, and yes, I like the best part for me is again like the full connection. Like there's a connection in a lot of the movements that they are, and it's a whole body type thing, and so you learn really to feel the connection between the lower limbs and the upper limbs.
It's all connected, you know. Pilates in the body.
Who says that?
This is a rest line. It's all connected. You know, it's just like old age is connected to gray hair.
Wise.
We are the Trainer Closet. This is a rest. Mike.
Leave us
this
comments.
is Chelsea. Thanks for listening.